Introducing... Hi there, my name is Madeline Lee, and you are listening to my air check demo from the fall of 2018. These are air checks that were recorded at Parkland's own college radio station, WPCD 88.7 in Champaign, Illinois. These air checks are taken from September of 2018 to December of 2018. For my show, The Friday Focus, I covered bands or themes in each 4-hour show. I included a lot of information. This shows that I'm skilled at on-air personality and information, as well as communication. However, my focus is mostly on production. Please contact me at 217-550-4468 or at my Facebook business page, MadFX Mixing. Thank you so much for listening.
Get on with it.
Oh, all right.
You're entering the vicinity of an area adjacent to a location. The kind of place where there might be a monster or some kind of weird mirror. These are just examples. It could also be something much better. Prepare to enter...
Friday Focus!
Wait! We can't stop here. This is Bat Country.
Where's sending you back? Hookah, shaka, hookah.
Okay, maybe not that far back.
You're tuned to the Friday Focus. Join Madeline Lee as she goes over her favorite artists and genres in great detail, including Coheed and Cambria, and terrible songs from the 90s. It's all happening right here on Parkland College Radio, and now here is your host, Madeline Lee.
Party on, dude!
Good morning, everybody. My name is Madeline Lee, as you just heard, and you are tuned in to the Friday Focus here on WPCD 88.7. I have a really exciting band to show you guys today. This is one of my favorite bands of all time. I say that about like every band that I talk about, but I really thoroughly enjoy this band. And their name is Brand New. I don't know if you know about this band, but they are sincerely one of my favorites. They started in the early 2000s. They're from Long Island, New York, formed in 2000. The band consists of Jesse Lacey, Vincent Accardi, Garrett Tierney, and Brian Lane. So this is a 2000 band. They are considered alternative. They're considered indie, post-hardcore, emo, and pop punk. So you'll hear some of those styles here in a minute. So during the late 1990s in Levittown, New York, Jesse, Garrett, and Brian were all members of the band The Rookie Lot, and that was in New York. They eventually split off from the other members of the group, and in 2000 formed this band called Brand New. So the first album that they recorded was called Your Favorite Weapon, and to start the day off, I would like to start with this song called Mixtape, here on WPCD 88.7.
Got a $20 bill.
And you just heard Sugar Never Tasted So Good off of the White Stripes' first album, The White Stripes. And so I want to talk a little bit about the early history of the White Stripes. As a senior in high school, Jack Gillis, as he was known then, met Meg White at the Memphis Smoke, the restaurant where she worked and where he would read poetry at open mic nights. The two became friends and began to frequent the coffee shops, local music venues, and record stores of the area. By this time, Gillis was already playing drums with musician friends, including his upholstery apprenticeship mentors, Brian Muldoon and Justin Stockton. In 1994, he got his first professional job as the drummer for the Detroit cowpunk band Goober and the Peas. I really looked for that band and I wanted to find stuff for it, but that one's just really hard to find. So after a courtship, Gillis and White, so that was Jack and Meg, got married on September 21st, 1996. Contrary to convention, he took his wife's surname, and that's how he got Jack White. Shortly after, Goober and the Peas broke up, but Jack continued to play in other bands such as the garage punk band The Go. He played lead guitar on their 1999 album, What You Doin', The Henchman, and Two Star Tabernacle. In 1997, allegedly on Bastille Day, Meg began to learn to play the drums. In Jack's words, when she started to play drums with me, just on a lark, it felt liberating and refreshing. There was something in it that opened me up. The couple then became a band, and while they considered themselves Bazooka and Soda Powder, they settled on the name The White Stripes. Jack explained the band's name origin this way. Meg loves peppermints, and while we were going to call ourselves the Peppermints, but since our last name was White, we decided to call it the White Stripes. With all that being said, we're going to go on to the next song called Astro, here on WPCD 88.7. So that was it says the first chapter of the Amory Wars, but that's actually the Aftermans that were the first chapter. The story of this chapter was released on April 13th, 2010 as a 352-page novel, co-written by Claudio and Peter David. Its release coinciding with the release of the album of the same name. So, with that said, we're going to go ahead and push on through to the next album, which is Second Stage Turbine Blade. And I would like to take a little bit to talk about Shabooti. And I have a copy of this song, Delirium Trigger, which was originally recorded by Shabooti, and then later on Second Stage they re-released it. They did some editing and different effects on it, but I really like this version better, so I'm going to play this, and this is Delirium Trigger by Shabooti. You're on WPCD 88.7. Alright, you just heard Blacking Out the Friction by Death Cab for Cutie. That came off their 2001 album, The Photo Album. It's a rare talent that can express such emotions so concisely. Even more rare is the ability to deliver them in a near whisper rather than a scream. That's what I like about Death Cab for Cutie, is that they don't scream their lyrics like most bands do nowadays. You know, you're constantly being yelled at anymore, and like that's part of the reason why I don't really listen to pop radio anymore. I don't like being yelled at all the time. I did go through like a metal, rock type phase a couple years ago, and I do still go back and listen to that type of music, just for variety. But this type of music is what I really enjoy, is just, enjoying the music and, going through and being able to relax and still enjoy the music. Q wrote full of beautiful pop songs. The Photo Album is just that, a collection of vignettes. And that's exactly what this album is. It's a vignette. The next song that I would like to play is I Was a Kaleidoscope, here on WPCD 88.7. And you just heard Waste by Brand New. That came off of their 2017 album Science Fiction. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I really appreciate any and all feedback that you can give me. I really look forward to it. Have a great week, guys. Okay, bye.